What are you planning to read in the month of April? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments below. If you stick around, I'll tell you what I'm planning to read. My name is Jim. This is my channel, Books, Reading and Stuff. First, I have a Hemingway. A Farewell to Arms. This is about an ambulance driver in World War I on the Italian front who falls in love with an English nurse. My reading of Hemingway has been mixed. I read The Old Man and the Sea, which might be a short book, but it felt like a very long book. I found it very tedious. I didn't like it. But then I read The Sun Also Rises, and I've made a review of that. I'll link here, which I really liked. He was going from Paris to the Basque Country and Pamplona, where they're running at the bulls, and I enjoyed this. So I want to see if it's going to be a 2 out of 3 I like, or just a 1 out of 3. Like with every month, there are many Booktube events in the month of April, and I want to participate in a couple. One of those is People April, which is run by Roz of Scully Dandling About the Books and Elisabeth at Book Out on Books. I'll link to their announcements in the show notes below. People April is about talking about people, biographies, memoirs, and other people-related books. I had a look round and I found this, The Dinosaur Hunters by Deborah Cadbury. This is about the rivalry between two 19th century paleontologists, Gideon Mantell and Richard Owen. I've previously read Remarkable Creatures by Tracy Chevalier, which was about Mary Anning and her discoveries in Lyme Regis. That was historical fiction, but Mary Anning really lived. But this is non-fiction about two male dinosaur hunters. On Kindle, I have some fantasy, The Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I've previously read The Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, and I enjoyed that. This is a fantasy heist tale, and I have the second in the duology as well, Crooked Kingdom, for when I finish The Six of Crows. I saw a lot of booktubers who were reading Brothers Karamazov during the March of the Mammoths, and before they had a group read for this. I think I might read some Dostoevsky. This is Notes from the Underground. This looks like a mammoth, but the actual Notes from the Underground is only just one story in this, which is much smaller. Another Russian book is The Big Green Tent, which I started in March, by Ludmila Ulitskaya. She's a contemporary writer, but this is set in the Soviet Union. It's about 3 boys who went to school in the 1950s and became dissidents, and it's about the whole era of dissidents, the folly, the heroism, the compromise and everything else. The 3 boys, one's a photographer, one's a musician, and the other's a poet. And it's good so far. I've read 150 pages of it. March was also March of the Mammoths. I didn't finish my mammoth. I haven't finished my mammoth. I'm not going to finish it by the end of March. So this will spill over into April. This is Cryptonomicon by Neal Stephenson. I hope to finish the other mammoth I was reading, The Magic Mountain. I'm 82% of the way through, but that still leaves like 5 hours left to read because it is a big book. Magic Mountain is 1033 pages. This one, this hefty tome, is 910 pages. This is set on 2 timelines. It's historical fiction. There's one timeline in the Second World War around the Enigma machine and breaking the German and Japanese codes. And in the 1990s, a crypto hacker is trying to create a safe haven from data in Southeast Asia, in the Philippines, free from government interference or anybody snooping in. And the last book I have is a picture book, and it's called
დავბრუნდები.
Why do I have a picture book? It's because there's a Booktube event about picture books. Picture This 2025 is an event run by Jack of Spread Bookjoy and Shelly of Shellyish. And this year's picture this is in memory of Alice from Alice on a Giant Bookshelf, who sadly passed away, but she was a great fan of picture books. And there are 6 word prompts: Alice, cats, giant, mystery, dark and blue. And this has a dark blue cover. As you heard from Lazare, the title is not in English. Me davbründebi, which means I will be back. This is about a girl from Abkhazia in 1992, when there was the war, going from Gagra to Tbilisi. And I went to a larger branch of my local Biblos to find this. I was browsing through the books. I went to a larger branch because I didn't want to feel too self-conscious looking through the children's picture books. But this looks lovely. They don't have a cat, they have a dog in this one. There's lots of nice pictures. And I shall be probably using Google Translate to help me with the text. We have a map of Georgia. Abkhazia is this region here. So those are the books I'm planning to read in April. And as I asked, let me know what you're planning to read in April. That's my TBR. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. This will help with the YouTube algorithm. And I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.